Hello everyone, it's Alex from the Square Clubhouse, and today we'll be going through how to use a foam roller. So if you've never used a foam roller, it looks like this purple thing behind me, and we're just going to go over some of the key major muscle groups and how we can release them. And foam rollers are usually used as a way of, you can use them to warm up as well, to kind of get the blood flowing around, or you can use them at the end of a session as you're stretching out to really release the muscle, get the blood flowing there, and really focus on small parts or big parts but a little bit tight, so you can put a little bit of extra pressure so they can recover more quickly or quicker. So we're just going to start off with a roller. Make sure that you have a nice comfortable floor to lie on. If you have a carpet, that would be perfect. If you do want to use a mat underneath you, if that's more comfortable for you, that's fine. But if you're okay with the hardwood floor, then that's absolutely fine too. We're going to start off with the lower body first, and then we'll work up on our back as well. All we're going to do first, we're going to ease the muscles into it. We're just going to start off with the foam roller underneath our hamstrings, and we're just going to roll up and down. That's all that we're going to do. Roll up and down, keep your hips off the ground, and use your arms to kind of just move yourself. This shouldn't feel too bad yet. If you are somebody that's quite tight, you might feel it, or if you've done a hard session recently, then you will also feel it then. But for now, let's just warm up the muscles a little bit more. Just roll up and down, both feet at a time. You can increase the speed a little bit if that feels nice. Okay, let's release one leg to the side. I'm going to start off with the right leg first, and we're just going to start to work up that hamstring a little bit more. Again, don't put too much pressure just yet, but just roll it up and down. Right now we're kind of just preparing the muscles, and we'll start adding a little bit more pressure so that we can really get into it. You can rotate out to the side as I'm doing right now, and you're going to feel it just in between that part of the quad and the hamstring. That one usually hurts a little bit if you put more pressure, but for now, just roll it around. Okay. Now you can start to add a little bit more pressure, and how you do that is that you literally just press more into the foam roller, if that makes sense. So rather than just being very light with it, you're gonna think about adding a weight onto that leg. You're really working through the muscle, and still for the moment just go up and down. You can rotate out to one side and the other. And now, I want you to add more pressure on and find a spot where you feel a little bit tighter. And when you do, you can hold that position and just breathe into it. We're going to hold it here for about 20 to 30 seconds, and make sure that it's a spot where can maintain this position for a while. It's not too painful. Just hold it here. For me at the moment, it's mostly sore on the inner thigh, so that's where I'm holding it. Nice deep breaths here. Let's release that muscle. And you can slowly release, and again, just foam roll it up and down. And now, try the other side. So if you're focusing on the inner thigh like me, you can try the outer part of your thigh. And again, you can bring your elbow down, that will help you get a little bit more pressure on. And if you find a spot, just hold it there. Nice deep breaths. Good, and take a few last deep breaths in and out, again, you can roll up and down that thigh. Good. And now we're going to switch over to the other leg. So I'm just going to face the other way so you can see it clearly. And again, let's start off with just rolling up and down, preparing the hamstring at the side of the quad. Good. And once again, let's try to find a spot where it's a little bit tighter. For me again, it's a little bit more on the inner side. And just hold there, nice deep breaths. You can add a little bit more pressure if that feels nice. We tend to get very tight from the way, from our lifestyles and weightlifting and training in general. We don't focus as much on our mobility and muscle release, so this is a nice time for you to focus on that and pay attention to where you hold tension. Good, and you can release that. Roll up and down. And let's again stick to the same side so you can hold it as long. Find a spot and hold it there. This will look a little different than everyone. Everyone has slightly different tighter spots. So find what works for you. Find what feels good to you. And roll it out. Now, again, if you're focusing on the inner part of your thigh, as I was, you can focus on the outer part. And again, you can put one elbow down and roll up and down. Find a spot that's a little bit tighter, a little bit painful, and just hold it there. Nice deep breaths. It shouldn't be uncomfortable pain. It might be sometimes, but if it's too uncomfortable, just hold it maybe for about 10 seconds, release, and build it up until you can sustain it whilst you're breathing as well. Make sure that you're not tensing up your body. If you are holding a tight spot, breathe through it. Good, and slowly release and just roll up and down. I find that the side of the thigh often gets quite tight with me and other people as well. And whenever you find roll out, you will feel it. Good. And just release that. You can shake them out if you want to, if that feels nice. We are going to focus on the quads as well soon. Let's work a little bit on our calves. Again, let's just start with both feet on the roller. And now let's just go to one leg. Now I'm going to use my other leg as an extra weight or as an extra pressure. And now again, we're going to roll up and down, roller. You can twist out again to the side. And again, if you find a spot, hold it there. Take some nice deep breaths. Just hold it here for maybe about another 10 seconds. Nice deep breaths in. And out. Good, and you can roll it out. Potentially find another spot. And hold it there. And release, and let's go over to the other side. If you're starting to feel a little bit of pressure on your wrist as well from all this maintaining your weight up, you can shake them out too, give them a little break. Just not used to it, that's all. And let's just go over to the other leg. Same thing again, using our opposite leg, so a little extra weight. weight. Roll around the calf, either side. And if you find a spot, just hold it there. Some nice deep breaths in and out. Good. And release from that one. Good. Now we're gonna face the floor. And we're going to work through our quads. So similarly, the roller is going to be underneath the muscle. My other leg is out to the side, so I'm kind of in this position, just so you can guys see clearer. My leg is out to the side and my quad is just on the roller. Similar again, let's go up and down a couple of times. Not too much pressure, just warm the quad up, make sure it's ready. Prepare it, and then when you feel ready, you can start to add a little bit more weight on. Take it nice and slow if you need to. Breathe through it as well, and again, if you find a spot that feels nice to hang out a little bit more in, hold it there and take some nice deep breaths. And bring it down. Reverse again, still keeping that pressure on top, adding a little bit more weight. Breathing through it, it's a little bit painful. If you find a spot again, just hold it there. A little bit closer, so just underneath you, just over your knees and not on top of your knee, but just right above it. You can hold it there too, and if it feels nice, you can rotate side to side. Good, and roll up again. Lovely, and you're going to release that one. I switch it over to the other side. Same thing again. Let's prep it first. Nice light. Not too much pressure to begin with. Up and down. And now you can start to add in a little bit more weight. Holding it at a point where it feels nice, or like you should hold it there. Might not feel nice, but it should do after. Take 2 more deep breaths in the position where you're holding. Release, roll it up and down. You can play around with the pressure as well, see what works for you. You can go a little bit lighter and then go back into adding more weight. Again, let's hold it in place where it feels like you should hold it. Good. We're now going to move on to our upper body. We're just going to roll out the back a little bit. We're going to start off with the foam roller just underneath our lower back. And again, we're just going to go up and down the spine. You might hear a few little clicks here and there. That's absolutely fine. I tend to sometimes use the roller to kind of get rid of those little clicks as well, if you don't have anyone to click your back. And again, just roll up and down. Be careful if you have long hair. Sometimes you might get stuck underneath the roller. That's why I'm just holding it up at this moment. you're gonna try and get the roller just underneath your wings and hold it here. Open up the back a little bit. Let your hips touch the floor. Still nice deep breaths. We're just gonna hold it here. I know it might look a little bit weird, but just hold it there. And you can lift up if you want to release for a second, and then drop back into it. And you can move the roller down a little bit further, and again, just drop your shoulders back, drop your head back. Good, and slowly roll it up. Right now, all we're doing is just massaging our backs, letting go of any held tension. Good, and let's bring it down back to our lower back, and again, we're just going to send our head back and stretch out a little bit in this position. Nice deep breaths. If you need to release for a second, you can bring it up to the top, round your spine if you need to, and then again, send it back. And let's just roll it up and down a couple of more times. Good, now we're going to turn out to the side, and now we're going to hit a little bit more of our lats. So it might be a little bit tricky at first to find a good spot, but you're going to be aiming to be just underneath your armpit and a little bit to the side. And we're just going to roll here a little bit, and if you find that spot is a little bit tight, you're going to hold it there for a couple of breaths. And now we're going to start playing around a little bit, but just opening up our chest to the ceiling. And bringing it back in, opening up, and bring it back in, and let's go for one more. Good, and slowly we're going to go over to the other side. You can just roll over. I'm just going to position myself so you can see me better. And again, work through that side. Find that spot. Typically it's just underneath the armpit and a little bit to the side, but for everyone it might be a little bit different. And again, hold it there for a couple of breaths. Let's turn it in. And opening up to the sky or the ceiling. Bring it in. Open it up. In. Open up. Good. And you can slowly make your way away from the roller. If you do want to spend a little bit more time on it, it's absolutely fine. Do that. We're just gonna roll out, or yeah, just rotate your shoulders back a little bit. You can release the neck, you can round your spine, and out. Shake out the quads and hamstrings a little bit. Just using your hands. Go down to your calves, and switch with the other leg, same thing again, shake out the thigh, and down to your calves as well. Good, take a nice deep breath in and release. Good, well done everyone. So that was a little bit of an introduction to foam rolling and what you can do with it. If you want to spend a little bit more time with it, go ahead and do so. If you want to focus on a few more points, that's absolutely fine. I also recommend that you get a massage ball, and using the foam roller you can kind of warm up the body, warm up through the bigger tissue, and then with the ball you can get into the tighter tissues if that's something that you're interested in doing. You can also stretch out after doing foam rolling and really take care of your mobility. Well done everyone, stay safe, stay active and stay healthy. My name is Alex from the Clubhouse.